This is a view that most people on the planet don't get to see every day.
Autopilot. 500.
Checks.
Approaching minimums.
This is actual cockpit footage of a Boeing 737 coming into land.
Minimums. 50, 40, 13, 20, 10, 5.
What was that? Two in reverse. 120.
And this is a North American T-28 Charlie. That's a 9-cylinder radial engine that makes 1,425 horsepower. So these two machines are vastly different. And what is it they have in common? Well, I got a chance to fly them both. On one special weekend, I got to experience time behind the controls of both the T-28 and a Level D 737 simulator. It all starts with my Uncle John, a former naval aviator and retired captain of the 737. The T-28 was the first airplane he trained in the United States Navy's flight school, and if there ever was a bucket list airplane for my uncle, it was that airplane he learned how to fly in all those years ago. So he decided to buy one, and he took it to air shows in places like the Culpeper Air Show in Virginia, as well as Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland and many others. Air shows are great because you get to see all kinds of fantastic warbirds and other airplanes you wouldn't normally see day to day, and the crowds that are involved and the general love of aviation is evident everywhere you go. Another great thing about air shows is that sometimes you can get up close and personal with some of the cool airplanes. It especially helps if you know somebody who happens to own one of those airplanes. Are you doing your pre-flight?
There it goes, right there, buddy. Good job.
Oh, it's Uncle John's T-28. A simple trainer for someone of your age, I'm sure. What are you doing?
I'm sure he can master this in an hour.
Might. In May of 2019, the weekend was upon us. First, I flew from Andrews Air Force Base to Atlanta, Georgia in the backseat of 745 Whiskey. The raw power and performance was amazing, as was my first experience with aerobatics. A few aileron rolls, to be exact. And I got to experience a 360 overhead brake for the first time. The landing gear is so stout and robust on that plane. And now it was time for part 2 of my weekend adventure. John is a sim instructor for a major airline in the 737-800. It was his preferred type during his tenure as an airline pilot, and does his part to make sure that every pilot that goes through their initial and recurrent training with him is safe and ready to go. Level D sims are the highest standard of full flight simulators, with the highest fidelity, dusk and day visuals, and dynamic control loading. Basically, they're so realistic if you can fly one of these safely and effectively, the FAA says you're good to fly the real thing. So how did I, just a private pilot at the time, handle one of the most advanced simulators in the world? Well, here's the footage. It was fun.
All right, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. Alright. Am I shooting for full power here?
You're fine.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate, gear up.
Yeah, positive rate.
Look at the camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, off your left shoulder, you should see some city that I don't know what it is.
New York City.
New York City? Enjoy a show while you're in town. We've reached our altitude of 3,000 feet. Visual what's called that?
Well, no, just Central Park, Manhattan,
Yeah.
with your profile in it. Smile.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
One 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Too much. It's okay. Way too much.
Where's the nose gear?
Yeah. A little strong. Maintaining center line. And there you have it. Amazing experiences in two totally different aircraft, but a truly memorable weekend that I'm sure I'll never forget. What about you all? Have you guys had experiences in warbirds or really high-level sims before? If so, leave a comment below and tell us all about it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel for more videos. I'm Mike, and I'll see you next time, but until then, don't fly too low or too slow.